All right, so we're going to move into section 2 of Unit 2, which is going to deal with physical and chemical properties of matter. All right, so just kind of get us started here. What are some physical characteristics of these different types of sports balls? So we can talk about shape, we can talk about color, we can talk about appearance. We can even talk about, if these were actually, if we were actually holding these in our hand, what are some things that we feel, the type of texture. Those will be physical characteristics of these particular objects. So physical properties can be observed without changing the identity of the substance. So some examples are color, shape, odor, and texture. All of these things can be observed without making any changes to the substance that makes up an object. Boiling point and melting point are physical characteristics. So the best way to think about this is you can observe these without doing any type of scientific experiment. Okay, we don't have to do anything really elaborate. We don't have to have a whole lot of equipment to determine physical properties. Density. Definition of density is a measurement of how much matter is contained in a specific volume of a substance. Density is also a physical property. And yes, you're going to have to do some density calculations. So that carries us into the density equation. So density equals mass divided by volume, or D equals M over V. Okay, it's important that you remember that. If you need to pause the video to write down this equation, please do so. Next week, we will do quite a bit of practice with density calculations. All right, so an example, 10 centimeters cubed of water has a mass of 30 grams. What is the water's density? Well, this is a fairly easy example, but we'll do some more in person, or I'll produce another video showing some other ones a little bit more difficult. So first off, you need to identify what you're given, what you're asked to find. Okay, so you're asked to find density. So we know the density equation is D equals M divided by V. Okay, volume is always something cubed, right? So density is going to be D equals M over V. So 30 divided by 10 is going to be the density. Chemical properties. Chemical properties describe how a substance changes into new substances, either by combining with other elements or by breaking apart into new substances. Chemical properties are not easy to observe like physical ones. Flammability is an example of a chemical property, and this is the object's ability to burn. Reactivity is another chemical property, and this is the capacity to chemically combine with another substance. So in order to find out chemical properties, we have to do some type of chemical experiment. Okay, we may need more than just a flame, so to speak. All right, so some properties review. Okay, I'm going to leave this here. You can pause it and kind of think about which ones are which. Okay, and identify each of the following as physical or chemical properties. Okay, so I'll just do the first two. Reacts with water. Well, that's going to be a chemical property. Okay? It reacts, chemical reaction. Is red. That's a physical property. Okay, so you can kind of go through these. We'll talk about these in another video and in person, and you can classify these. If you have questions, let me know, and be sure you complete the form that goes with this video. Thank you.